What's up, Libra? Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Weekly Forecast for the week of August 19th through 25th, 2013. I'm astrologer David Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Holy cow, this is a big week, especially for you Librans. We got Venus in your sign this week, we got the Sun coming into Virgo, and we got a huge cardinal cross in your cardinal sign. You know what that means? There is a lot of things under the microscope here to pay attention to in your life. There is new course directions, new changes, new you, new everything. And as a Libran, you want to make sure it's all in balance, but this is going to be very under a lot of stress. Let's start with this full moon in Aquarius first. You are an air sign, so this is very important to pay attention to. This is coming down to your happiness in your life. But this also has to deal with, you know, your friends, your circles. I think a lot of this of your place in the world. I think that as you're now exploring this new energy of like your career and, oh my gosh, what are you doing in your career? You know, you want to be happy, but there's other people to be pleased. And I think that this is kind of a weird thing, is like, are you catching yourself up into more energy of other people? You know, this is about doing what you want, right? And this week comes up to that. Maybe these things sounded like a great idea, but oh my gosh, this week you realize, no, this is what I want. And I think this is the difficulty, is learning to free yourself in relationships, learning to find your individual self in relationships, learning to, more importantly, find out a way for you to have the career you want and to not be sucked into the world and to find what your true happiness is. And a lot of this is difficult. I'm going to be honest for you. Librans kind of get pulled into the energy of others very well, especially in these times. And I think this is about finding your own unique individual self. Venus is in your sign, and this is going to be squared heavy this week. And with a big full moon in Aquarius, it's about your happiness. But the Sun and Mercury opposing this is like, uh-oh, you could be caught up in other people's worlds. And I think that you want to also connect with other people to be happy. But it's about learning the fine line this week of also having your own way. And I think that's always the biggest lesson for Librans, right? Your opposite sign is Aries, to be a leader, to do things on your own turf. And Uranus is here, forcing for you to learn that, or it will burn you in your relationships. And to find your own path, you know, if you're trying to cling in one way, it won't work. But more importantly, as this energy is all brewing in all these areas, and if we look at Pluto and Capricorn, you know, in order to step into the best career, you have to be rooted in the right place, have the right home, right everything. But you have to be around the right people. You have to make sure that you're living in your happiness, and you got to be sending out a signal of who you want to be to people. Because you can get kind of pulled into energy in the right direction, but if you didn't put out what you want to be exactly, then people are only pushing you in energy that they don't know anything else to push but what you've said. And I think this week it's about stepping up to the plate, saying more of what you want, and listening to yourself. Especially as the Sun and Mercury come into Virgo here, I'm going to be completely honest for you. Everything seems great, but there's a lot of work to do, Libra. The Sun's about to come into Virgo here and give you a big reality check that there are some things you need to let go of in your life. There's going to be a lot of endings taking place. And everything sounded exciting until you have to actually go face it this week. So be strong, follow what you want, don't get caught up in everybody else's energy. Of course, that's fun. There's a lot of energy to going out with friends. You got the Sun in Leo. This is great for friendships for Librans. But what do you want? And making sure that any of the big decisions you got to make, which are big for you, are about to be faced, and you have a lot of endings to close. So, you know, I'm sure things are going to start ending in your world, and you're going to have to find a new energy. It's going to take courage and strength, which is what the new values the universe is trying to teach you. Check out my website, inclusiveastrology.com, if you want a one-on-one reading for me, or if you have any questions, inclusiveastrology.com. Thank you for all your support, Libra. I will see you next week.